Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulaiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant, Breaker of Seven Seals. Chapter 11, as I promised I'll redo it. Couldn't finish it earlier today. But anyway, here we are. And again, fear. You understand the nature of fear. Everything is mathematical, sisters, and that's the language you'll speak. You know, the language they speak today is fundamentally, the language they spoke 1,000 years ago was mathematics, the mathematics of that time. You may not realize you're speaking mathematics, because when you call yourself thinking logically, that's mathematical principle base. Logic is mathematics, you know. When you add and subtract, that's mathematics. That's logic. 5 plus 5 equals 10. That means 5 plus 5 plus 5 must equal 50, But the level of mathematics now is much greater than it was 100 years ago. Much greater than 1,000 years ago. Because you need a certain level of mathematics, understanding the deal, right? You drive cars, you got cell phones, you got all these different things. You may not realize it, but you have to operate. It's like, you go to the gym, and one gym, the maximum weight is 50 pounds, right? So yeah, you can handle that. But then there's another gym that's maximum weight is 100 pounds. Well, you're a beginner if you go to that gym. Another will start at maximum weight is 1,500. You're a beginner if you go, you see, to that gym. And same thing mentally. Okay? We're operating on the mentality of the sealed Bible. That math. Because that math applies to the season we're in. I don't want to take a lot of time just about this, but I try to all kinds of ways to explain this. If you're in a situation, say you're in a paradise, where there's plenty of food everywhere. It's food, it's shade, because many of it's a paradise, right? You got trees everywhere, shades, the sun's not bothering you, right? And animals everywhere, but they're docile, and food everywhere. Vegetation, everything else. Well, you don't need to work for anybody. It's everywhere. So you're in a paradise. You go and want some meat, right? You don't have to hunt if you don't want to. You just eat vegetarian, just pull out, and there's food's everywhere. Nobody have to. Or you have to just go pull off the tree. Or in the case of ground, right? If you want vegetables, right? It's right there, it's everywhere. So what kind of system would you have? And say at that point, you understand how the universe works. What kind of religion would you have? You see? And everybody's at peace. What kind of government? You wouldn't need a government. You wouldn't need a government. If you understand everybody's one body, because your body doesn't have a government. Your body operates fine. There's no House of Commons, there's no president, all that stuff. It's one body. Once you understand your body, and that's where we are. But see, you don't know that. We're one body, and you're going to understand a while. So if you had a situation, see, you wouldn't have a capitalism. You wouldn't have a religion, because everybody knows how everything works. You wouldn't have a democracy. You wouldn't have any of that stuff. It wouldn't make any sense. Somebody thought, what you talking about? Capitalism, why I gotta work for somebody? What's the point? Food everywhere. The sun is not bothering me. The weather's great. Well, that stuff wouldn't make any sense. But say a famine came. Say you had a bunch of islands. So the whole world was just a bunch of islands everywhere, right? And a famine came, and there was one island that it didn't affect, but affect all the other islands. Now you don't have any food, but there's an island over there. They got food. So he goes, "Can we have some food?" Yeah. If you right, because they have food, but they don't have right. There's no trees and stuff. Like they don't have shade, so they need to build houses for shade, and they do all these different things, right, to make up for that was naturally. They have to go and kill animals now. They didn't have to do that before, because animals, man, they vicious now, because they fighting for food too. You see? So now you got to come. Yeah, well, you got to help me build these houses. We need houses now. We had houses before. Right? He had helped me gather this food. We didn't have to do that before, and we got to grow the food now. We got to grow it. So you got to help me grow the food. So you got to be my employee, right? And so, but I don't want to pay you very much. I mean, if you want this food, then I could do. Well, this is how much work you got to do to get it. And if you're really tight, right? Okay, well, you have to be you have to be the ultimate employee. You got to be a slave. You got to come over here. You do what I tell you to do, right? And I give you just a little bit of food, just enough to live. What choice do you have? They need a government to enforce that, because other people will come and try to take what you got. So no, we need a government. We need an army, a government to protect it, because everybody's going to try to take this food. We got it. You see what I'm saying? Now you need a capitalism, right? See, and everybody's ignorant now, as you know. Everybody's only thing is about survival. So they don't not thinking about how the universe works and stuff like that. So now you got a religion. This is the way thing, and remember, the religion has to justify what's going on. So that come religion that justifies that justifies them being slaves, justifies you being in charge of this, because people have to be comfortable with that. So then you need that kind of those systems. You need a government in that situation. See, but say for instance, the famine's over. All of a sudden, food starts going on the house again. That government don't work anymore, because nobody's gonna work for you. They got food every place to go back home, but then they remember what you did. They remember what you did. So all they gather together, come and take you down, destroy your food, destroy everything you did, because the way you treated them, why it was a famine. You understand? Is that simple enough for you? And you go back, you get rid of. You don't have no capitalism anymore. You go back to a paradise. No capitalism, no government, no religion that justifies that bullshit. Is that simple enough for you, brothers and sisters? That's what happened. Europeans found America. They were starving over there. This was the island that was producing. And so they came over here, and then they were slaved about, you got to work for us, and all the nations, you got to do what we say. If you want this food, tell me, we brought everybody out of poverty. You got to do whatever I tell you to do, right? They control, but now, universe is contracting, and everybody start energizing. Now China's becoming a power. Russia's becoming a power. Africa's rising. Everybody's rising now. Right? So it's harder and harder for those systems to work. Right? So they said, we're not going to use it. They got British, we're not going to use the American dollar no more. See, they said, we're going to do something else, because we don't need you like we did before. Because now we're starting to produce. So we start working amongst ourselves now. We don't need you anymore. So that means they're gathering together around. If they're doing that, that means they're gathering together. That's the beginning of them getting together to come against America, to take it down for what they did when it was a famine. You understand, brothers and sisters? Is that clear enough for you? It's just mathematics. That's exactly what's happening here. See? And the people that treat the worst, they're going to do the most damage. They told us, they reduced us not to employees, it's total slaves. And fed us shit, just enough to survive, to keep on working for them. But now, it says, I should have, hold on a second, let's see if I can find this real quick, brothers and sisters. Give me a second. I keep forgetting to do this, and I not bring it up. Hold on a second. Don't take but a minute, I'll do this. Let me save a second here, a second. Okay. You did it right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1 second, but almost there, bro. Sisters. So, get this. Okay, right here. Mm-mm. Almost there. And one more thing here. There you go. Hmm. Okay, got it. I keep forgetting to okay, here we go. Mm. All right. Okay, here we go. Hmm. What's going on? What happened here? Oh, wow. Messed up that fast. Okay, brothers and sisters, so I was talking about fear drives thing. I was talking about how seasons change, and so the ideology, the wisdom of that time changes. See, during the famine, that wisdom prevailed, and the country that had the food, that island had the food, that was the most powerful, and that was the wisdom they had to apply to make that work, right? And you say, well, that was wrong they did, but in some way, some of it was right, because if they didn't have a government, right, and didn't do the system, what would happen? That means they had family, they had food, everybody didn't have food, and everybody just come and took it. And then everybody be starving because there wasn't enough for everybody. Everybody just come in, take the food. So then, after they take them, what? Then now everybody's starving. Everybody just come and take the food from there. Everybody's starving, right? Because somebody's got to work, somebody's now got to farm, right? Somebody got to develop food, somebody got to control the distribution of the food. You need a government for that. And you need people to be on board, justification for it. You understand? So you need a system like that. That's why Adam was put in charge. Because you need a system like that. Otherwise, it would have been chaos. They would have got the food, nobody would have did any farming. You had to force people farming. They had, you had to instead why you got to come over here? Well, you want food, we got to farm. So you got to come over here, you want food. We got to farm to get this food because it don't just grow anymore. So our land is fertile, yours is all messed up, our land, so we can, the food just don't grow anymore like it used to, but the land is fertile, so we can grow food where you can't. So now we need people workers. So you want food, you have to work. And took it to extreme in slavery, right? And you need a government protect that island because other islands come and just take it. And then who's going to farm? After a while, everybody be starving again. And then you need justification. Everybody say, justification, sir, because you got to get people's minds on board with that. Because they get the, if they get the idea, you don't want them to have the idea, they're just going to take it. So you give them a justification for it, like this is the way the universe works. Right? That we got it. You got to work in this system. You see what I'm saying? So you need a religion, you need a government, and you need an economic system. That's the one you would need, and that's the one we've had for the last 400 or 500 years. Right? But now, the famine's going away, and they start growing, that system starts failing. And that island wants to stay control. It starts losing control. Right? See? It starts losing control. And then the other islands try to take control of the other islands so they can keep that system going. Because the other islands leave them alone, they start growing food. They don't have any control of those islands anymore. And the islands after a while they get strong and they come back and take down this island in revenge. See? So they, oh man, we can't let them islands be independent. If they be independent, man, they're gonna come after us. We don't have no control anymore. Because now they have their own food and everything else. They ain't gotta work for us anymore. See? Now they may just go and do it and leave us alone, and but no, man, they want revenge because of how we treated them. So now they get strong now. They don't need us anymore. So once they get strong, they got plenty of food, they'll come and tear us apart. Isn't that simple enough for you, brothers and sisters? Move on. Fear. This is what I want to say. And it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be departed from off thy shoulder. Whose burden? Their burden on our shoulder. And his yoke from off thy neck. Who is his? The devil's. Their yoke is on our neck. And yoke be destroyed by reason of fatness. That means now we're starting to be energized. So in other words, we don't need them anymore. You see, reason by fatness, that means you don't need to work for them anymore. If you're rich, if you got money, you got resources, you need to work for them anymore. You break the yoke. The yoke was the famine. You didn't have anything, but now you have. You don't need. You break that yoke. And that's where Elijah Muhammad started that process, right? Assuring you, because right now you have the fatness. The yoke is arbitrary, right? Because it's not real. Because you're beating yourself. Because you think you still have a yoke when you don't have. You're independent. They don't have control over you anymore, right? For you have the energy, but you think they do. So therefore, you work for them. You do all these different things for them. Well, you don't need to because they control the quality. That's why you got to get away from them. See, by reaching the fatness, you have enough energy, right? So they tell you in Mark, they had no control of you anymore. They just had control of your mind. And Legion was one of the main tools they was using to do it with. Legion, Louis Eugene Grounds of the NY backwards. Farrakhan, he was the main tool they was using to keep your mind under their control. I mean, how simple can it be? Mark is very clear on that. Yes, my name is Legion. Louis Eugene Grounds, that's Farrakhan's real name. Turn NY backwards against itself. That's where you're at now. And Master Muhammad's going to underscore the point, and it's Suleiman is going to give your mind back. Like I said, here's vectors. I'm going to go through this quickly, brothers and sisters. See, here we are. Now we're moving in the right direction, upright, and everything else, right? Then what happens? Then bam! We hit by a vector. A nature's contrary to ours. If their nature was same as ours, we'd be the same as we came over here. If their nature is they said we're all the same. If we're all the same, our nature is the same. If we came over here, we'd still be Omar, Abdul, Sharika, Sharif. No, we're Nancy Moltenbaum and James Kickenbob. Who the hell are they? That's not us. It's not our names. And we're not Oh, praise the Lord. Oh, thank you, Jesus. The same Jesus that raped us, murdered us, oppressed us and everything else. In his name for the last 4 or 5 years. But now we praising the God of the people who was destroying us in that God's name. Now, if that ain't backwards, what is? That ain't backwards. I saw a guy, Jim, he saw this devil, and the devil got a big cross. He's, oh man, yeah, I see you go to church. What church you go to, man? You ought to come to my church. I said, is he a demon fool? They oppressed us, they enslaved us, they raped us and murdered us in the name of Jesus. Now you say, yeah, I believe Jesus help. He didn't help you as 5 years, did he? Did he do anything for you for 5 years? Not a goddamn thing. Because their God is Satan. That's why I'm going to give him a name. Right? Anyway, so here you are. So now, what happens? If you study vectors, tell you what happens. When 2 vectors hit like that, that's like a car going and hit by the wind, that's vector. That's the language of force. Bam, that's what happens. Now you change color and you change direction. You see? So who's to blame? You? That's what Farrakhan's saying. You're wicked. Yeah, see? Because you're wicked now. But who's causing it? You or this? Who's the fault of you being in this condition? You or this? Who you blame? You or this? That he's accused of our brethren because he's blaming us for being in this condition when vectors, if you understand the language of vectors, no, this is the reason why we're doing that. Back previous. They're the reason. But he's one of these. That's why he's saying he blaming this for the condition it's in because he had to blame himself because it follows the devil, Percival Clark. You understand? This stuff is very simple, bro. Since why nobody's talking about it? Everything I said is very simple mathematics, very simple to understand. What I'm talking about, no one's talking about this kind of stuff with myself, and I make it very clear. I know philosophy where you go, oh man, this sounds good. Ooh, he's so handsome. I mean, is Ishmael sleeping with Farrakhan? He's so handsome. He's so handsome. Really? I very seldom hear a man speak to another man like that unless he's sleeping with him. Let's say taking meat in the back. See what I'm saying? So this everything I said very. So why they're gonna see it in a minute. See, but this stuff is very simple. I make it very simple. 30 years of search stuff, and work on this. This is not easy. If it's easy, how come no one's doing it? And the thing is, all these people like Van Nippy and all these people in the past, all these prophecies, all of them has failed. He said that there's going to be this 10 resurrection in Europe, 10 kingdoms. He said the king team was 10 European countries. And they're going to take over the world and all this stuff. And people was buying that stuff for years. All this stuff. Only thing is consistent. Farrakhan. Oh, Armageddon. What? 2 or 3 years ago? I don't see Armageddon. Armageddon is started. It's going to spread all over Europe. Only point is consistent and correct and make it simple you can understand is this message here. It's not close to it. Nowhere. Show me. The only drawback it has there is the predicting the exact time it's going to happen, and that's part of the prediction right there. Because it tells you right there he wouldn't be able to do it. He said he would do it, and the God told him to do it, but then the God didn't do it. And he was pissed off about it. So it's right in there. Read Jonah. So everything is on everything is accurate, on time, right? See? So let's move on, brothers and sisters. That didn't work out quite like I wanted. But the fear, it tells you something's about to happen in the Middle East that's going to shake this world. It's going to rock it. It's going to be so bad in America that people's hearts failing. They're going to see something over there, and it's going to have something to do with their power. Their power will be their power. They won't be having heart attacks because someone else's power. Something going to happen to America's power over in the Middle East that's going to rock America. So of course we have heart attacks and strokes in place, instantaneous. Maybe in Walmart, and all of a sudden the news come across, and bam, it's gonna pass out. It's gonna be just like that. Be driving down here and having radio on, all of a sudden have a heart attack, bam, and run into somebody, crash. That's what you're going. That's what's telling you here. If you see it happen, the best thing you do is get back in your house, stay off the streets. It's gonna be dangerous. Hopefully they don't be playing in the operating room. Because it'd be operating your heart. And the guy was hearing that news. That's what it says. It's going to be that intense. It's going to rock the world. America's power is going to be shaken so badly. It can't be a little bit. It's got to be extremely bad. It's got to be to the point where it's no return. And that's what happens is the powers of heaven shall be shaken. It has been shaken dramatically, like in the sixth seal. Dramatically for this to happen. And that's just anticipation. What's happened? Because it says in anticipation of what's about to happen here as a result of that. So if their hearts are failing stroke on this, what's going to happen when they actually get here? See? And then it says, Son of Man, oh, this message be preaching all the world, and because it's going to be clear. See, because they had all this energy and everything to attack us. Because they are the Bible and everything. The wind, see, the wind was blowing behind them. So it was, hey, say for instance, you're going down there, you got wind behind on your back, right? And your enemy's coming, so the wind's blowing is in your favor, but it's against them. See, they blowing the wind, man. They can't see the wind blowing, but you, it's no problem. It's like at the sun at your back, right? The sun's at your back, so, but your friend, but people coming at you, the sun's in their face. They can't see because the sun's blinding them. But you got no problem, man. It's like, hey, the sun's helping you, but it's blinding them. Same thing, the wind. The wind's helping you, but it's blinding them. So what if you're going along, all of a sudden, there's a shift, and the wind shifts the other direction. Man, you was charging, and you just keep taking it, and all of a sudden the wind changed, and now you come after you, and you doing like this, and you blinded. See, full force. That's what's about to happen. The wind's about to shift. What's on the bottom should be on top. Everything's about to switch in their mind because they thought God was with them. See, God's with me, man. See, that's it. God's with me. The wind's on us. We got the sun out back. God, see, God's with us, man. Let's go ahead. They fired up, right? On the army, hey, man. Everybody shout, hey, man, we're going to kick their ass. God's with us. See, because when you think God's with you like that, right, you really fired up. And so you rushing in, and all of a sudden, boom, the wind's against you. And so if God was with you, all of a sudden you realize, if you're in that frame of mind, that this wind and sun is because of God's will, and now it's reversed. That means God is coming against you because you're in that frame of mind. So now what's going to happen to you then? Oh, God's against us. The sun's against us. We can't see. And it's blindness, and the wind is blowing. You see, you're the same frame of mind, but have to switch. The frame of mind don't change. So the point is now you see it's against you. Before you're all fired up because it's against them. So that spirit of fierceness and everything is turned against yourself. Hope you understand that. That's why it's going to be terrible in America. Because now all of a sudden, when they thought God was against us, going to destroy us, destroy the Arabs, destroy the Muslims and everything else, and then they found that God was going to destroy them, they would go nuts, crazy. Because they're going to see on that same level. It's going to drive them mad. Mad. So they'd be in division. Because now they can't say, oh, they're not going to have the sense to fight anymore. Oh, because they was fighting for God. Now, oh, they're scared now. Because God's against them. That means they're going to lose. That means they're afraid to fight now. Because God's against them. You see what I'm saying? I say men would be in the alley, strong men would be in the alleyway, holding their groins like women, because they have fear now, because all that excitement, anxiety, adrenaline, that they was focused on the enemy, and now folks backfiring on them. Hope you understand that simple process. Oh. And this the man right here. See, he's leading the thing. He's telling me God's with you. But when they find God's against, which thing they going to do to him? He's going to eat a terrible end. He will end a terrible end. But he's telling he's a prescription for the problem. See, And it's all about fear because America's losing control. But you understand the language. He said, we got to make America great again. That means America's state of fear because you got to make it again. It means it's not great. Why? Because you lost. So we got to gain power again. And we got to take this back. We got to take this back. We got to terrorists. All this stuff. He's telling you, we lost power. We're in a state of fear. And they won't tell you that. And we got to put these niggas down. They caught him a hot mic saying they're going to put American citizens on here, down there. Terror bill with 15, 20 prisons or whatever. Who do you think they're building it for? I told you they're planning against you. He said, I got the prescription. But that's all going to turn against him. And they're going to blame him first. See, if it wasn't for you, he ain't the one causing this. He has effect on equality. Right? He's their last gasp. Light shine bright before it goes out. He's the last gasp, but it's not going to help. It's not his fault. But nothing he can do about it. America's gone. See? So the wisdom of the wise. See? All that, like I said, all that's the wisdom they had for the island, had the food, and all the island had the food. That wisdom made sense then. But now everybody's got food and everything else. That wisdom, all that stuff, don't need stuff no more, fails. See, all these countries are getting powerful now. They weren't powerful 500 years ago. They weren't powerful 300 years ago. Now they're becoming powerful. Everybody's rising up. Africa's kicking people out of there. They don't want them around here. And black folks here are starting to get wind up. And they're about to wake up. And there's already signs of it. And I talk about this. Well, let's move on, brothers and sisters. So I don't want to spend 2 hours doing this. See, okay. Chapter 11. Okay, see this right here. Now this article from Muhammad Speak newspaper. Also, this drawing right here on the left. This is a drawing that was in all FY meetings when Elijah Muhammad was around, because I was there. Yeah, FY meeting every Saturday morning. And this drawing was in every FY meeting, this on the wall, this picture. And it was bigger, because you don't see down here, and I couldn't find one but down here, when he's talking these people down here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, let me get out of sequence here. But he's talking to these people down, well, let's go back around. I got this messed up. He said, had they only believed in Allah and followed me, who he's talking to? See, this is talking to. He's talking to some. There's people down here and you can't see it, but these are the Negro bus that stayed behind. They didn't want to leave, and you got white folks are beating them, chasing them, beating them with sticks. And that's why he's talking to them. And only they believe in Allah and follow me. But you want to stay with the devils now? Devils, they took their mask off and they're kicking your ass. Now it's too late for you. That's it. Now maybe you can find that someplace if it may be out there. But that's the whole. You'll see that part. It's real small. It's hard to see it, right? But that's what he's talking about. Now it said we will separate ourselves, and this is an article in Muhammad Street newspaper. So what the F is Farrakhan talking about? See, I tell you, Elijah's talking about separate. He talking about separate. He look like he's talking about let's get their religion, or he's talking about going to boat, getting the hell out of here. On planes and everything anything that move, getting the hell out of here. Look at all these planes and boats and everything, getting the hell out of here. And look, he's talking about we're just going to stay here. We ain't going nowhere because he's the devil. He wants to keep us here because he worked for them. I told you months ago he was out of it before anybody they announced it. Before anybody announced it, I said he was out of it. You haven't heard from him since. See? So, and this ladder here, the INJIL is a ladder. You're talking about Jacob's ladder. That's it. And this seal, this key in there is a ladder. And you got to climb the ladder to get the hell out of here. But somebody had to build a ladder, and the INJIL is just give you the blueprint to build it. Somebody had to take it and read that blueprint, and that's break no seals, and build this ladder. That's Suleiman. He had to build this ladder, but in building he had to walk it. So when he get finished building, he's at the top. So he ain't got to climb anymore. He already climbed it. He climbed it. He was building it. So he's rescued out here at that point when it's finished. But you don't get on the ladder until it's finished. Is that simple enough for you, brother and sister? You don't get on the ladder until it's finished. But he's building the ladder, so he's at the top of the ladder when it gets finished. That's why it says him and his elect taken out of here. But you, that's the beginning of your troubles, because now you got to go trip. Now you got to start climbing this ladder. See how simple this stuff is, brothers and sisters? Right? I got to build a ladder. So that means I'm building. You build from the bottom to the top. You don't build from the top to the bottom. You build from the top to the bottom. So when you get finished building, you're at the top. So you got to climb it, but you have to climb it and build it. So that's hard, because you have to do both. You have to climb it as you build it. But all you got to do is just goddamn climb it. And you don't want to do that. How you climb it? Every verse is a step on this ladder. You got to break them down, understand them. That's how you climb that ladder. But then your brain is on that level. Now you can survive and live in the hereafter, because now you think on the same level that you need to survive in a highly technical society, highly spatial society, highly mathematical society, way above this. Way above this. But you understand the language. If you stay here, this language just won't work. Move on, brothers and sisters. You move. Right. And so we're talking about right here is talking about how they planned against us. How all the people planned against us, all of them. If we're on the bottom, and you got all the nations of wrongs, that means all the nations against it, all the nations on top of us. Some more top than others. But all of them on top of it, when they say we're on the bottom, those on the bottom, that means we wasn't halfway in the middle, we was in the bottom. It means all the nations had it from our necks. But we're on the top, that means we have control all of them. Elijah Muhammad said, truth be made so clear, so simple, ain't a fool in the earth. I don't think you can make it any more simple. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters. You never hear anything from anybody. They don't have no idea. You talk to these old dummy asses out there, they talking stuff don't mean anything. They're not talking the Bible. And when they do talk it, remember what was that stupid Daniel? See how I weave and stuff around the Bible? He a damn goddamn fool. And boy, when God get a hold of his ass, you have no idea what's about to hit them fools. And what's going to happen to them is beyond your comprehension right now. Because see, the God, he got a very great imagination. That says, day of wrath has come. Who'll be able to stand? And someone got a great imagination, so they can imagine torment and destruction that you couldn't even imagine. See, you got something for them. Got something for their ass. Okay. It said, do not F around with Suleiman. It tells you right there, kiss the sun. See? Because right now you're aggravating him because you control the qualities like they aggravated Master Muhammad. They put him in prison and all that kind of stuff. Because the vectors he's here with these vectors, he's affected by, he's a human being too. He's affected by vectors too. So long as he was affected by their vectors, they put him in prison, in jail, not prison, they put him in jail, all that kind of stuff, right? Because you got vectors, that's the way vectors work. So he's smart. So until he got the hell out of here, he allowed Muhammad to deal with those vectors. Right? And once he was going those vectors, he was the one holding the vectors. He was the main vector that was keeping those vectors off your ass. Once he was going, those vectors got you. And you fell on the Farrakhan. Because you're the main vector that was holding that back. It says it. The one that was holding it back had to be taken out. That's why it says talk like that. It said the one was holding it back, that was holding it, because they was planning. But his vector was strong enough because God made it so strong. His vector was enough to offset their vectors. But once he was going, right? Like you have a wind, you're going 100 miles an hour, but you got 100 wind blowing you 100 miles an hour towards you. You ain't moving anywhere because that wind's offsetting your movement. So now your wheels spin 100 miles an hour. Now your speedometer is 100 miles an hour, but you ain't going anywhere because the wind is blowing you 100 miles an hour towards you. But if that wind stops, all of a sudden, you jerk ahead 100 miles an hour. And so Elijah Muhammad was the wind that was holding Farrakhan back. See? Trying to make you strong enough so you could do it. But as soon as he left, boom, and you fell right under Farrakhan. He's the vector that's holding you back. And only he's holding you back right now because you ain't strong enough because you didn't listen to Elijah Muhammad and build your vector strong enough to offset him. That's why he needs Suleiman to come with his vector stronger. Who could consume him with the spirit of his mouth, destroying the brightness was coming. You see how this stuff comes together? Because he got a vector that's stronger than that. So his vector going to destroy Farrakhan's vector. As Q-Dot brothers are cast down. And once he's cast down, that vector that was holding you back is gone. And now, boom, you pump up, come together. I can't make, I keep telling myself I should just walk away. I keep telling myself I just walk away because this stuff is too simple. Right? Right? Because I don't need to be here. Nobody's telling me how to do this. I keep telling you that. This is sacrifice. That's why I call him a lamb, a sacrificial lamb. You don't have to do this. He's doing to help you. He's going through all this bullshit he's going through, help you. He went to Demon Island because of you. 3 years in Demon Island because of you. Okay? All this stuff because of you, because of Levi's here. Okay? Because they didn't stamp on Elijah. If they had listened to Elijah and followed, instead just, praise Elijah Muhammad, instead of listening to the lessons, studying them, start trying to climb that ladder, the ladder Elijah Muhammad gave him, because he built a ladder to get to my ladder. He said, prepare the way before him. So he laid the foundation to get to my ladder. You didn't do that. Because you said, praise Elijah, just talking. And so you didn't have any vector for it. Probably just blew you out the way. Again, she comes out the box fully loaded, everything, all accessories and everything, nothing, got it all. Power steering, power windows, right? Internet, security, mag wheels, right? Air conditioning, you name, got it all. Beautiful body, beautiful color, got it all. This one here comes out of the box, nothing. You got to add accessories. What you want to put on? Well, let's get some power steering. Man, come out with standard, right? Let's get some power steering. Let's get some power windows. We got to roll up the windows, right? See what I'm saying? We don't have no air conditioning. Got to roll the windows down. You see what I'm saying? See? Standard transmission. Right? That's what you got. No radio. Nothing. It's okay. What you want to put in there? So now you got to add stuff to it. Lipstick. Botox. Breast implant enhancements. Right? Beau Rouge. Hair thickener. Give hair body. Right? Give them a butt. And make sure you have a butt. You got to make it real tight so you can see the butt. Because if you don't do it, you can't see the butt so small. You got to make it real tight so they can see the butt, see the crack and everything. You see, that's a butt. You don't get it. She got everything. She's a gift to you, brother. You a gift to her, and she's a gift to you. So she's precious. So you take care of her. You got something precious, take care of it. You don't beat it up. Take care of it. You value it. It's valuable. You protect it. Right? You keep it right secure. You'll be out there giving it everybody. Everybody take a look. Everybody take a check. No, man. Keep it to yourself. See? Secure it. Make sure it's healthy. You see? And in return, you get the benefit of all that beauty that comes from it. Everything that it produces, it comes back to you. Because you're the one fueling it. See what I'm saying? You take and you give fertilizer stuff to a tree, and you get beautiful fruit and stuff. So you got to prefer the fertilizer. You got to provide the food, the clothing, and all these different things. Right? Then the fruit that comes back to you. But if you ain't putting a goddamn thing there, talking, man, you ain't producing no fruit. Bam! Cut the tree down. I'm gonna cut. What the hell is wrong with you? You ain't giving no damn fertilizer. They tell me I ain't giving no fruit. You ain't giving me no damn fruit, man. Better go out there and Burger King, give me some real fruit. Popeyes, get flipping burgers. You see what I'm saying? Or you go to a master, go good master and put some fertilizer on you. The master's eating the fruit. Why you sleep with master? Well, hell, master's the one that fertilizing it. It's his damn fruit, ain't it? Boy. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. I just fixed this. Somebody said, brothers and sisters, this is really bugging me. Hold on. See, they didn't end the system. I went and double checked this. I fixed it. I tested it, but no, since it's back was back like it was before. Hold on. They do this on purpose to make it look ridiculous. So they say, hey, look at that guy, I don't know what he's doing. I fixed this. I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay. I fixed it, so I had to get messed up again. It was right the first time. It went off again. I fixed it. It went off again. I fixed it. I keep... Okay, let me try it again. See, brothers, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. This is done on purpose. Okay. Okay, let me try it again. Okay. Hold it. This is taking me to 11. So it should be, okay. I fixed and tested so I know it's working. Okay. Test again. Trying to give me a stroke or something, brothers and sisters. Test it again. Nope. Hold on. It's here. It's here. Oh, nope. I took time to test this and double test it, check it, and it went back the way it was before. Let me see, test it again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Okay, brothers and sisters. Let me do this. know they're having fun over there, but hey man, playing with me, so they play on. He who last laugh laughs the longest. Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? Check my sound here. Nope, not that one. Okay. Okay, see what happens, brothers and sisters. Okay, this is chapter 11, right? I'm gonna need that. That's wrong too anyway, let it go. Okay. Now, it talks about, now in chapter 11, it's not in sequence. You have to understand right away. You must take it about in sequence, because the first thing they talk about right here is, I can't make the mistake of expanding this because I see what happens when I do that. So let me see if I can do this. I can't do that. That's the best I can get there. Made my system up where I can, it's very, okay. Used to make this larger, I can't do it anymore. Okay, so read this in your leisure, brothers and sisters. But it's talking about two witnesses. Two witnesses is the Shia, Syria and Iran. Now you got Farrakhan, they the Shia, him and Elijah are the other witnesses. That's bullshit. Because if you read the story of it, right? It's chapter 11 is telling you about the phases of the witnesses what they're going through, and it starts out with, right? They witnessed against false Israel for 42 years, from 1948 to 1990. And for 42 years, right? That's 42 years. And then after 42 years, that's when America and Britain, Gog and Magog, would invade 1990, the so-called Gulf War. They would go to the Middle East, and then they would supersede the power of, because the Iranians, the Shia was the most powerful in the region at the time. So now they're the most powerful. That's what it's talking about here. So if you read this, right? This is, I'd like to make it bigger. Well, I can do it this way, can't I? I can't do it. Let me try something else over here. I forgot I got another alternative here. Alternative. I can do, where is that? I'm going to go just pretty quickly, brothers and sisters, because it's late. And I could be this quite. Where is it? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Here it is. And that's 11. Okay, there you go. There you go, that'll work. Okay. That'll work. Okay, there's many ways to skin a cat, right? Okay, that makes it a little bigger. Okay. Okay, so where's that? 3. Okay, and I shall give 2 witnesses of me. This is what it's saying here. This verse 3. I shall give 2 witnesses of me, and they will prophesy 1,260 days. That's 42 months or 42 years. And we're talking about sackcloth. So they're the ones who refer to sackcloth, right? So that's from 1948. So they prophesied against false Israel 42 years, right? And then they was cast down. So now we're going down to what? 6. Okay. And these are 2 olive trees, 2 lampstands, the size of the Lord of the earth having stood. They need to as far kind of, a lot of them it's not, right? These are 2 olive trees and 2 lampstands, the size of the Lord of the earth living. You have to understand, and you can understand this. And if anyone is willing to treat them unrighteously, fire is going to their mouth of them as eating down the image of them. If anyone should try to kill them, try to treat unrighteously, is bind them to be killed. So they're kind of invincible during that time, right? So that all. Okay, these are having authority to shut up the heavens, or that rain not moisten days of prophecy them, and authority they have upon the waters to turn them into blood and smite the earth and every plague, or if they might wish. Now, see, you have to understand your key for that. To understand what I mean, because it's giving you a time, right? It's locking you into a certain time frame. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. So this is at the point down. See, this represents the earth here. This represents the earth right here, and they're top of the earth. And each one of these is like 6 wings, right? A group, but top is the Islamic part of it. So they're part of Europeans on the maternal side. They look at Europeans, right? Right, but the original on the they're like Master Muhammad. So he's the Master Muhammad's their 12th imam, but they don't know that yet. Okay, let's move on. So they're top here, right? Then what happens? And then they're cast down, so that's the 7. So it says, and whenever they should finish the witness of them, right? The wild beast stepping out of the abyss will make war with them and will conquer them and will kill them. And the father in Broadway, the city of great, which is being called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, where also the Lord of them was put to stake. All right. And the dwelling upon the earth are rejoicing upon them and making them well-minded, and gifts they will send to one another, because these 2 prophets tormented those dwelling upon the earth. So what it's saying is, right, that America and Britain, they took the Middle East, and now they're the powers in the Middle East. So now that they said they would make one hit. They would say that during the days, right, that they would take and take kingdom of heaven by force. That's another story. Anyway, so this is what happened. Okay, if you understand it. Okay, let's move on. This is something. And then this Jcpoa, and now we go to 1, because remember, it's not in order. And was given them to read like staff, saying, rise up and measure the divine habitation of God, altar, worshipmen, and the courtyard outside the divine habitation, throw you outside, and not should measure, because it's given to the nation and the city, the holy, they will trample on month 42, right? So they underfoot. And I shall give 2 witnesses of me, they were the crops land. Okay. So this was talking about. So now they're on the foot of the nations. That means they're under Jcpoa under Obama, because they're on the foot of the nation, because now the UN control them. That's what it's trying to tell you. They're on the foot of the nation during this period of time. And it gives you a time limit. I'm not going into detail here to tell you the actual period of times will be taking place. So now, right, the Jcpoa put them under the foot of the nations. That's what it's talking about. Okay, let's move on. Okay. And then Trump terminated Jcpoa. He terminated it, right? You understand the rain, they stopped raining heaven, but now it's not stopped. But that's no story. I'm not going into that detail here. And after 3 days and a half, spirit life came in. Actually, if you can, I told you 3.5, that's 3.5 years, right? But anyway, the point, well, not quite. 3 days and a half. I forget exactly what the exact time. But anyway, Trump would, after, I got to be careful at these days. I'm not going off the top of my head to translate to days. But the point is, he was ended, Now everything's backfiring. What's going on right now is because he got rid of the Jcpoa. He ended, right? And then it said the Spirit of God came to me to start moving up again. Because if you go back here, previous, see this demon here, they're also called spirits. That's no entry for that. So now it means they come up to here. So now they're in conflict. They're in conflict with Europe. I mean, no, they interface with Europe, but they're in conflict with America and Britain and false Israel. That's where we are right now. That's what's happening here. Okay. Okay. So that's because Trump broke the agreement. They're rising up now. Okay. Then that's the war takes place in heaven. This was about to happen. War in heaven, Gog and Magog, Antichrist versus Iran. And stood upon it. And this time they don't tell you the exact time for this. So they give all the time frames, exact time frames up to that. That's the one they don't give. They tell you exactly when it's going to happen. That's the one. I don't particularly like it myself, but I understand it. Because they said they knew the hour when this would happen, they would prevent it. That means they probably had me down at Gitmo trying to, well, I don't think that would happen, but I think they would try it. Waterboarded me trying, hey, when is it going to happen? Because I said, I don't know. Right? I know in the time frame, but the exact time, only Master Prophet knows that. It says only he knows, only his Father knows. See, that's why I say Father. Son of Man is come from Suleiman, and David is the father, and David is Master Prophet Muhammad. If you understand it, okay. So here's this is what's about to happen right now. That's what I'm talking about. Have right now. They're about this, right? Stood upon their feet, and great fear. Remember I told you, great fear. That's when the fear is going to happen. And great fear upon them, beholding them. Who's beholding them? These are. Great fear will come on them when this happens. Because false Israel is cast down now. And their power is broken. You see how this comes together? Their power, they was here, now their power is broken. It was like this. They had power. And false Israel was on top. And now their power is broken. And false Israel is down. And great fear. It says fear great. You see how this comes together, brothers and sisters? Okay, then what? And that's when they attack. Because we're rising. And that's because there's something happening over here that's causing them anticipation of the fear. Right? Because they fear that. Because something's about to happen. This would happen. Because now black folks starting to rise. And so they attack. Because if you're in fear, you try to stop the fear. So that's why they're attacking it. Because they're in great fear. Of what? Something's going to happen over here. Something's going to happen over here. They say something's over here for about what's happening over here. That means when false Israel goes down there, we realize we true Israel, we start rising, and so they attack. See how it's coming together, brothers and sisters? And so it's talking about, they're getting ready to depart, but this talking about the resurrection about to take place. Get out the way so the resurrection can take place. That's what it's telling them. Get out the way so the resurrection can take place. They're holding it back. Right? If four winds blow, that's when the resurrection takes place. Four winds blow. Four winds blow. And then the resurrection takes place. Right? But the demons are cast out. See, it goes, because it tells you, the 10th says, and stepped up in the cloud, and behold, enemies held them, and said the 10th of the city fell. That's what it means. It said 10th city right here, because if you measure this down, it's a 10th. So it fails because they're gone. 10th city fails. Right? And then it says, okay, 10th city fell. Right? And demons are exposed. It says name of 7,000 because this is separated from this. It's complicated, brothers and sisters. Right? This is about to happen. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. That's 11. I think that's good enough. Take the background. You're going to study it on your own. That's chapter 11. What's about to happen? War in heaven. Iran will be victorious. American Britain will be cast out. Be great fear. And when they have fear, you want to overcome the fear. And it's fear about something going to happen over here as a result of what happens there. And what happens here. Forces goes down and we start coming together. And so they attack us. So they stood by to watch us since we were born. So a nation be born in a day. If a nation born here, it means a seed of a great army. If we come see the great army, they wouldn't want that, would they? So they got to attack us. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave it there because it's late. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, let me see here. Let me just check something real quick. Then I'm going to close. Be in power.